welcome to the Daily News Channel. My name is Katie and this is Eliza. Today I'm going to be talking about Scopes guilty and fined $100. This crazy trial is finally coming to an end. If you haven't heard, John Thomas Scopes was charged for illegally teaching Charles Darwin's theory of evolution in Tennessee. William Jennings Bryan was a Democratic candidate for president. He was trying to banish Darwin's theory of evolution from being taught in classrooms. He was not a fan of Darwin's theory because it went against what the Bible says. Bryan succeeded to ban teaching the theory in 15 states. Scopes continued to teach Darwin's theory to his biology class even though it was against the law. On July 10, 1925, Scopes went to the Dayton courtroom and confessed that he was teaching the theory of evolution to his students. After several days of testimony, Scopes' fate was decided. He was found guilty and fined $100. The changes were eventually dropped, and Scopes decided to give up teaching. Now let's move on to Eliza and her story.
The new image of women has dramatically changed in the last couple of years, as we as the society have noticed. The new woman no longer wears long dresses and stays home to tend to her family. She wears dresses above the knee and goes out and drinks in public. Women are starting to grow up much faster than they did back then. Who even knew skin-tone stockings existed? Well, they do. Women wear them with their short skirts or dresses. I interviewed Sally Kerner a couple hours ago, a so-called flapper from Brooklyn, who has some input on being a flapper. To be a flapper, you have to feel and act like an independent woman who doesn't need a man in her life to please her. We are daring and exciting women who, just like men, enjoy going out and having a good time. These flapper women also have jobs and can functionally live on their own. They are giving women a name for themselves. However, the older generation has displeasing words to say about this. Women are not supposed to dress half naked and go dancing, showing their underwear in clubs, and smoking, or is what a lot of that generation believes. These women do not wish to be like their parents and have different morals. As the years have gone by, more and more flappers walk the streets. Now let's move on to a quick commercial.
Do you want to make the girl of your dreams fall in love with you? Ask her to accompany you to see the brand new talk with Steamboat Willie.
In today's daily sports news, history is being made as Babe Ruth has hit his 60th home run of the season, breaking the single-season home run record. His legacy will remain in the books as September 30th, 1927 will be one of the greatest days in sports history. His Yankee legacy will live on forever as it started back in Boston as he was traded to New York in 1920, as the $125,000 trade will go down as the biggest trade in MLB history. Now back to Katie and Bridget about Charles Lindbergh.
Wow, thanks Zach for the great article on Babe Ruth. Now let's talk about Charles Lindbergh. He finally landed in Paris. If you didn't know, Charles Lindbergh successfully flew his plane Spirit of St. Louis from New York to Paris. This shy man is now one of the most honored and idolized people. Charles heard about a prize of $25,000 for the first solo person who can make it across the Atlantic. Many people tried before him and failed, but that did not stop him. On May 20th, 1927, he made the first solo nonstop flight over the Atlantic Ocean. After around 30 hours, Lindbergh finally landed safely in a field near Paris. When he landed, he was not alone. There were more than 100,000 people there waiting for him. He flew over 3,600 miles all by himself. He won many prizes and became a hero to millions of people. Now let's move on to a quick commercial break.
You ever wonder where you can get a car? Want to know more? Starting now at Zach's Car Shop, you can get a brand new car for just $650.
Wow, Zach, that's a great deal. How soon can I get this amazing deal?
Stop by soon because this deal won't last forever. Remember, just $650 for a brand new car.
I'll have to stop by today. I can't miss this. Katie, check out this new car. It only costs $650.
Cooper, that's really nice. Mind if I come along for the ride?
Of course, hop in.
Next in the daily sports news, we finally start to see the success of the National Football League as sales, teams, and the expansion of franchises are all growing at an exponential rate. Teams are now expected to travel across the country and play exhibition games. The 2 years of struggling is finally over. As far back as September 17, 1920, the NFL was not as popular and struggled finding players to play. Now to Eliza for presidential updates.
Great article on the birth of NFL, Zach. It's been 3 years since President Calvin Coolidge has taken office. It has been said that Coolidge favors business expansion rather than regulation. The public enjoys unlimited prosperity. Many people blame the close of American immigration for the extreme hate groups such as the Ku Klux Klan. Positive accomplishments that have happened is the first radio broadcast and motion pictures movies. Many people believe that Coolidge is a mediocre president. Word on the street is that people call the president Silent Cow because of his steadfast and frugal nature. He is the only president to be sworn in by his own father. The former lawyer has seen the best of the United States and will probably be the best it's ever been in a long time. Hopefully, he can keep it up. Now let's go to a commercial break.
Attention everyone, introducing the newest communication medium in America, the radio.
What's a radio?
It is a little box that broadcasts news to you and your family for just the price of $150. But hurry up, everyone wants one. Get one before they run out.
Thanks, Bridget. I'll go get one for my family right now. Let's try it out.
Finally, in the daily sports news, the great Dempsey has been knocked down yet again by Gene Tooney in the 7th round. Dempsey knocked down Tooney in the rematch of the century, but decided to stand over Tooney instead of going into his neutral corner. Tooney went on to win the match and inject Dempsey's dominance in the sport of boxing. Dempsey's heavyweight title was held from July 1919 to September 1926. Now to Bridget about the 18th Amendment.
We have some big news today, America. This is the first anniversary of the 18th Amendment. This amendment has prohibited the sale, production, and transportation of alcoholic beverages in the United States. This amendment went into effect because many thought it was the prime cause of corruption. People thought that too much drinking would lead to crime, wife and child abuse, accidents on the job, and other serious problems. Many people were angered by this amendment, and speakeasies were formed. For those of us who don't know, speakeasies are hidden saloons and nightclubs where drinkers could get alcohol. Speakeasies could be found anywhere from penthouses to office buildings, even in some people's houses. Many people ended up breaking the law because of World War I. They figured, why should we not be able to enjoy life while the war is going on? So they enjoyed their lives like they were going to die tomorrow. Even though the 18th Amendment is still in effect with us today, many people do not follow it. Thank you for watching your daily news.